Hi there, Davey from Invoice Ninja. Today I'd like to take you through our latest feature, which is banking integrations. We've integrated with Yodlee, who's a leading data aggregation platform, and they connect through to all of the major banks across the world through the Americas, Europe, UK, Australia. And through them, you can log into your bank account and select accounts that you wish to then have transactions sent across into Invoice Ninja so that you can categorize and reconcile your accounts. So how does this look in practice? Well, on the hosted platform, you'd go to Settings, Bank Accounts, and then Connect. And so this screen will then allow you to log into your bank account through Yodlee. So here we go, and you can search for your bank. You can search for any of your banks, and you're not restricted to one bank or one account. You can integrate with many banks and many bank accounts and have those transactions then pulled into Invoice Ninja. So how does it look once the data has been imported in? Well, I've set up some test data here, and this is what it will look like initially. This is all raw data from Yodlee, and you can see it starts with a status of unmatched. And the statuses can either be unmatched, matched, which is when we perform some matching for you based on some rules that you can create, and then converted, which means the transaction's finally been linked to a payment or an expense. So let's go through and see how this works. We'll click on this first one here, which is a deposit. So it's going to be assigned to an invoice. And you can assign it to multiple invoices. And you can convert that to a payment. So you can see here, this transaction's been linked through to these three invoices. If we click on the invoice, we'll also be able to see the payment that was created as well for it. Great. What about an expense? Well, this is a withdrawal, so that lines up with expenses. So we'll click on this one. Here you can see you can assign the transaction to a vendor and a category. And then we can convert this into an expense. Great, you can see the expense has been created here. Okay, what about if we took this to the next level and started creating some rules? So if you have a lot of transactions with similar keywords in the descriptions, you can intelligently match those and we can perform some actions for you. So let's see through this list of Latin here whether we can find a common kind of word. So there's a lot of qui. So we're going to create a rule based on the word qui. And let's go through back to settings, bank accounts, and we're going to manage some rules here. So let's create a rule. We're going to call it the qui rule. And this rule, the description must contain the letters qui. Great. You can see I can actually add multiple rules inside here too. So let's take it one step further and say, as well as qui, we want the amount to match. And let's have it to be greater than $2,000. Save. Right. We're going to assign it to a vendor, the category. And now what about these two options here? Match all rules. What this means if it's turned on is that both of these rules have to hit. So the description must have qui in it and the amount must be greater than 2,000. If it doesn't have those two rules, we do not touch the transaction at all. It passes through. If we do get a hit, we have a choice to make whether we just match it or whether we convert it into an expense. So let's set this one off. We're going to match on qui for expenses over $2,000. Let's hit save there. And so in the background, the system is going to perform some magic. Let's head back over the transaction lists and let's search for qui. Okay, so we have a qui, it's a withdrawal here, which is over 2,000. So that one should hit. We have another qui which is under 2,000. So this will be interesting. So this one should convert, This one should be left untouched. So let us refresh the data. Here we go. So you can see this one's correctly converted. This one's been left. Excellent. You can see the other ones which have also matched on Queen, but are also correctly matched. So let's just do a quick test and create another matching. Let's find a different word to match on this time. Non. Non's pretty popular in the Latin vocabulary. So we have three. We've only got one withdrawal here that we can match on, so we'll go for this one. So let's create a new rule. We'll call it non. Doesn't have to match on everything. Non. And let's just have that. We're going to give it the miscellaneous category. Match on all rules, and we're going to convert it. So this will match on our non and give it a category of MISC. And then if we go back to our transaction list and click non and refresh. Excellent, it's converted. So you can see you can quickly build very powerful rule system which can go through, match your transactions, also convert them for you as well. Super powerful. For payment transactions, we automatically match for you based on invoice number. And in the next version, we're also going to be expanding this to be able to attach transactions to existing payments and existing expenses, so you can link all of your transactions through. That's a quick rundown on transactions. We hope you enjoy it. It works extremely well. We're very pleased with the way it's turned out, and we're sure it's going to be very useful for you and your business.